So maybe keep watching this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm excited for the new year. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, they're my favorite holidays of the entire year. It's kind of symbolic. I know it doesn't really mean anything technically, but I think it's just a good reminder to kind of refresh, take a look at what worked in your business and the year past, and take a look at some new plans, some new goals for the year moving forward. So I thought to celebrate my favorite time of the year, I would share a few of my favorite tips and tools to use to really amp up your business for 2020. Let's get into it. So you'll notice that these tips and these tools really kind of follow one big theme, and that is communication. Communication with your clients, communication with your team, even communication with yourself and remembering your ideas. I think that at the end of the day, that's one of the most important things in business and one of the hardest things to kind of simplify. So that's why I am so proud to partner with the sponsor of today's video, 8x8. 8x8 is a free, yes, totally free video meeting tool. You can start a meeting in just one click. It's totally browser-based and you can share your screen. You can even record meetings, and it's just super user-friendly and fun to use. So I've actually been using it a ton with clients. I've been hosting my weekly touch-base meetings with my assistant there, and I've even been testing out using it for masterminds and one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about it later in the video, but definitely if you're interested in checking them out right now, you can head over to the description box, but I'll show you a little more in just a second. Okay, so first tool that I have been loving and that I'm really excited to kind of take me into 2020 with is Asana. You guys, I've talked about Asana before, but it is really a game changer. If you don't have some type of a project management tool that you use, there's lots of different ones. There's Trello, there's Airtable, there's Monday, there's Asana. Whatever it is, find the one that you love. For me, it is Asana because it's very affordable. I actually just use the free plan for Asana, and it's perfect because I can invite my clients into my Asana board and see, the tasks and the projects that I have coming up, the deliverables that are going to be due to them. But I can also invite my contractors and my team into Asana as well. So I can easily communicate with contractors who are doing work for me, or, my assistant who works on things with me, and I can easily assign things to them, chat back and forth, tag them in things, upload files that they need to know. And then I also love it because it has this really cool calendar view. So if I click on my face, I can just see everything, all the deliverables that I have due. And basically what I do with that is then I transfer that list over into a simple to-do list. I like to still write things out. And it just really keeps me on track. Like I said, it keeps my team all aligned, we're all communicating, and it's a beautiful thing. So there are so many different use cases for this. You can use it for acquisition and pipeline building. You can use it for content calendars. You can use it for just simple tasks. If you would like to see a deeper dive into Asana, let me know in the comments down below and maybe I'll do a full video on it. Second tool that I'm really loving is 8x8. So like I said, 8x8 is sponsoring today's video, but I've been using their tool for the past few weeks and I absolutely love it. It's like exactly what I've been looking for. So it is a free video meeting tool, like I said, and you can literally start a meeting right now. It's so easy. Go ahead, pause the video, test it out, and see how simple and quick it is. It's so easy to use. You just go ahead and click on Start Meeting, and you have a meeting room ready for you. You can also, of course, create a free account. That's what I'd recommend doing, just so all of your settings are saved. You can sync your calendar with it. You can have a personalized kind of meeting link that just looks really professional. And again, it's really user-friendly for your clients, especially. I know a lot of times I would use other tools that would require some downloads or a little bit more tech savvy, I think, to kind of get started with. And if you're working with clients who aren't super tech savvy or aren't super familiar, sometimes it can be a little bit of a hassle. You can have that weird meeting time in the beginning where you're wasting time getting set up with tech. And I really have not had any of that since I've been using 8x8 because it is so user-friendly. One click, boom, there you go. Again, you can record your meetings, you can share your screen, which is really great. With both my service-based clients and my coaching clients, I do a lot of screen sharing. So, I like to help my coaching clients by sharing tutorials on how to use things like the tools that I'm talking about, like Asana, how to organize things like that. And I can just easily share my screen using 8x8. So it's really nice, and recording also. So loving that tool a lot. I think that video conferencing is so important because there really is nothing like face-to-face. And especially if you're someone like me who takes virtual clients, you know, the majority of my clients are actually international, definitely not in my state. I only have like one local client. And so the next best thing, aside from sitting across the table from somebody, is really communicating through video conferencing. So I highly recommend it. You know, it might take a little bit more of your time to put on your makeup, do your hair, whatever, versus just calling your client. But I do think it really makes a big difference, and it can really help strengthen that relationship between you two. Tool number 3 is Evernote. So I have been loving Evernote. I've been using Evernote off and on for years, similar to Asana. I've been using that one for a long time as well. But I've really kind of fell back in love with Evernote lately. So I use Evernote to organize my content primarily. So like YouTube content, podcast content, any type of, you know, blogging or articles or anything that I do, which I do hope to do more of in 2020, we'll see. But yeah, you know, my mind's kind of all over the place. I'm like your stereotypical creative. I get ideas when I'm laying in bed, when I'm, you know, at the grocery store, when I'm in the passenger seat of a car, whatever, in the shower. I guess I wouldn't be taking my phone and Evernote in the shower, but everywhere else that I just mentioned, you can easily just pull up the Evernote app, type your idea. I kind of have like an idea dump notebook, and I just type all my ideas into there. And then whenever I find myself with free time, which is not very often, but whenever I do, I go ahead and go through that idea dump and start categorizing them into different notebooks. You know, if I have an idea of, let's do an 8x8 training or an Asana training or whatever it is. Well, would that make more sense to be a video? Would that make more sense to be a podcast? Should I have a guest for that? Like, I just kind of go through and break it out into where I should be putting that content, and then really flesh out the content as well. I write some bullet points, make sure that I hit on certain points. You know, I don't script my videos or anything like that, or my podcasts either, but it's nice to have kind of like, especially if there's stats or numbers or pricing or anything like that that I need to talk about, it's good to have all that stuff written down. And then, yeah, like I said, you can use it right here on your phone, you can use it on your computer, and it's just super convenient. Okay, so I want to go into the tips section. Tip number 1 is to delegate more. I know it's scary. It's scary for me still. I've been in business for several years, and I still am very hands-on in my business, and I want to be. I don't ever want to be that, you know, agency owner or marketing company owner who is like, doesn't even know what's going on in their own business. But I do know, 1, you need rest. You definitely need to rest. You are better for your clients when you have some sleep, you know, when you are feeling good. And number 2, it can also really help build your business and grow your business in a different way when you have different ideas being thrown around. Now, you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen, and you definitely want to still be the owner of your business, if that's what you want, which is what I want. So you still are the, you know, person in charge, but it's good to have other ideas and other perspectives. I really value everybody who I do work with, whether they're just working with me like as a freelancer or they're a long-term part of my team. Either way, I definitely value their input and value their hard work. So I always say this. I just had a conversation, I think it was in my mastermind group yesterday, and I was saying, you know, outsourcing doesn't have to mean you're paying a full-time person. It doesn't even mean that you have to hire a part-time person or a freelancer. Outsourcing can be something as small as getting your hair done. That's something that I have just totally surrendered to. I get my hair done. I don't do it anymore because, you know what, it takes me about 3 or 4 hours to fully do my hair, which is a little bit excessive, I know, but it takes a blowout person, a blow dry bar, an hour to do it, and the ROI is positive for me. I can make more in that 3 hours that I'm saving actually working than sitting around doing my hair and then being exhausted afterwards. So outsourcing doesn't have to mean something big and scary. It can be, you know, hiring a dog walker or hiring someone to do a deep clean of your house once a month or something like that. So just take that as you will, but definitely something to think about. Tip number 2, be on social media less. I know I'm a social media manager, a marketing strategist, and I want you to turn off want you to close your laptop, okay? Social media can be a giant time suck. And even in my industry, I like to obviously know what's going on, know the trends, play around, experiment with different things, but it can be a huge time suck and it's not always a productive time suck. I also think that being on social media, especially at this time of year when everybody else, I know this is like totally counterintuitive because I'm making a video about goals. So maybe keep watching this video. Don't turn this off. But yeah, during this time of year, you know, it can be a little bit challenging because everybody's talking about their big goals and what they have planned. And you can sometimes start to either feel down on yourself or sometimes you can just start to feel like, well, I need to be doing that. Well, Latasha, you know, is doing XYZ, so I need to do that. And the truth is we're all at different stages of our careers. We all have different goals. We all have different skill sets. And so you need to really do what's right for you and your clients. Like that's what you need to be focused on. And social media can sometimes kind of take you off onto a different path and it can be tempting to just kind of like copy what other people are doing. So set limits for yourself. That's something that I've really been challenging myself to do is obviously I need to be on social media. Obviously it is a great tool for marketing my business and building my business, but it is not the end all be all. And honestly, my clients are not on Instagram all day. My clients are on LinkedIn. My clients are on Twitter. So go where your clients are, but for the fun stuff and the things that are just for you, you know, set limits. Make sure that you are getting your priorities taken care of first and you're using it for leisure or, you know, you're checking it during your lunch break, like whatever works for you, but be on social media less. I promise you'll get a lot more done. And tip number 3 is to invest in content. So whether you are a content creator yourself, maybe that's not your skill set, maybe you're, you know, a different type of business owner watching this and you want to hire someone like me to create blogs and videos and courses and things like that for your company, whichever route you decide to go down, content, long form, kind of big pieces of content has really been what's moved my business forward these past few years. I always say that YouTube videos are such a great type of content to invest in because they don't necessarily have an immediate ROI. I'll be honest, for me, they don't always necessarily I don't get 1 million course signups after posting one video. But the cool thing about YouTube is that it's the second biggest search engine on the web. And so over time, I start to rank for whatever term it is that I'm putting into the tags and the titles and things like that. And over time, I start to build up this kind of slow trickle of sales. And it's really, really valuable. 90% of my site traffic comes to me from YouTube. Same thing for my course. You know, my course, I didn't have $1 million course launch for my first course ever. But over time, people have started to know me as that girl with a course, and it has sold and it has upsold into long-term coaching clients and, you know, consulting clients and all kinds of things. So definitely invest in making big pieces of content versus, again, like going back to the social media point, being on your Instagram stories all day, every day. It can be valuable. I'm not saying that that's not something you should do. That's something I want to do more of, is show up more on stories, but don't put all of your time into that. Put a little bit of your time at least into some of the longer, more sticky pieces of content that are gonna have maybe not so much of an immediate ROI, but that are gonna really help you out down the line. So that's it. Those are my 3 favorite tools and my 3 favorite tips for going into the new year with your business. Again, I wanna thank the sponsor of today's video, 8x8. They are a video meeting tool and they are absolutely amazing. You can start a meeting with one click. You can record your meetings. You can share your screen, you can do all kinds of cool things with this tool. It's totally browser-based, so you don't need to download anything else and clog up your computer or stress your clients out. So definitely go pay them a visit. It is free to create an account. Just go ahead and click the link in my description box. Support the sponsor, support this video by supporting the sponsor, and I think you guys are gonna really love it as well. So let me know what some of your favorite tips and tools are down in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to the channel. I do post videos at least once a week. And yeah, I'd love it if you stuck around, hit the notification bell, leave a like. I think I already said that, but just in case, just for good measure, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.